Hello, hello. Welcome to Rouhani Talks. I am joined by Don Gino Chaka-Runa. How are you, Don?
I'm very good. Thank you again
Good.
for your invitation. And hello to everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good day, wherever you are.
Perfect. So, in this video, we will ask Don the question about different traditions of ayahuasca. Um, because ayahuasca comes from Brazil, from Colombia, from Peru, and a couple of other countries. And they have their own traditions. Every tribe has their own traditions, but I believe there are three main traditions which Don Gino is going to talk about. So let's just jump into it, Gino.
Let me touch my beer to think of it.
Always a good idea.
That's a hard one, like the Chinese, huh? Okay, so, well, ayahuasca, as you all know, is a mixture of two plants. Manifesterios capi, which is it's called also ayahuasca without mixing with any other plant, and Psychotria viridis, which is Chaka-Runa, and that is what we mainly use in Peru. Let's talk first about Peru. In Peru, nowadays, first of all, the origin is the Amazon. It was there before the Spanish came. There are some records of the Spanish saying you are not to take these plants because these plants are connected to the demon, to Satan. Probably because they tried it and they saw all their own demons, and then they said, "Wow, what is this? This is hell." But this, so they kind of forbid it. But still, the natives are in their own environment and they started drinking this medicine. Maybe it came from the myth that I told the other day. So it is all around the Amazon basin. Many native communities. The one most known is the Shipibo, Jonibo. There are others along the river, Machiyenga, Achaninkas, Cocamas, and so on. But they all use the vine as the basis, ayahuasca. And it's mixed with the Chaka-Runa leaves. And then again, the vine itself is called ayahuasca. The Chaka-Runa, the leaves are called Chaka-Runa, and the mixture is again called ayahuasca. Yes, exactly. That is the vine. There are many type of vines. Can you show me again, please? The no. Yeah, that looks like cielo. Huh? Uh-huh. So there are many vines. You have Yana ayahuasca, which is Yana black ayahuasca, Puka ayahuasca, red ayahuasca, Keyo ayahuasca, yellow ayahuasca, uh, white ayahuasca, Boa ayahuasca, Trueno, thunder ayahuasca, and the one I mainly use, Cielo ayahuasca, which is heaven ayahuasca. It's for me, I try almost all of them, but Cielo for me takes you to the three worlds. Cielo means heaven, where you arrive at the end, but it also takes you to the Ukupacha, the underworld, ruled by the snake. You will face your darkness there, creepy, all your shadows, lots of Persian occurred. And then after one time, you come to the Kaipacha, this world of the human, ruled by the Puma. Many insights, look into your wounds, how to heal them. And then the Hanak Pacha, the world of the deities, the higher world, where you take him by the Kundur at the end. So this is Cielo Ayahuasca. So that is the tradition in Peru, in the native. That is one segment. Then you have the which is a ceremony in that tradition is mostly 4 hours, five at most. and because that is what the medicine lasts. When I see ceremonies abroad, they stay the whole night from 7 to 7 in the morning. It's just, in my view, making it just last long with the music and dancing and whatever, because the work is done. You can have a long ceremony and it's okay to have fun, enjoy, but it's always been 4 to 5 hours. You can sometimes it can take a little longer if the person have drank too much or doesn't know how to handle. It can go longer or sometimes a little shorter, but average 4 to 5 hours. Then the other tradition is the mestizo segment, which is mostly Andean people that came to the Amazon many decades ago, and then they blend in mestizo, criollo, and uh, and then they embrace the medicine, and then they develop their own approach because they are not native. They come from natives, but also from the Western world. That is the characteristic of mestizo, the blend of bloods. So they are kind of in the middle, being the bridgeman, always going back to the natives to not forget the source and the knowledge, but understanding what the Western world brings. Now, it is said that the natives go to the mestizo because they kind of know better how to cope with what Western world brings. The mestizo also, same medicine, is based on the old receipt, only two plants. Some people are starting to put some other plants on it to make it more strong, they say, or make it more vicious, like adding mapacho or bovinsana. I stick to the old tradition, and yeah, 4 to 5 hours in the tradition of the Shipibo is non-stop singing, Icaros in Ship, only in Shipibo. Sometimes there is more than one shaman in the room, and they take turns. Sometimes they sing at the same time. It's kind of messy in my view, but it's their own ways. In the mestizo, there is only one guide, one shaman. Is the rock is the one that guides. No other energy needed. Icaros are in Spanish, Quechua, maybe a little bit Shipibo. In my approach, I sing in Shipibo, Quechua, and Spanish. Yeah, also Icaros, little instruments. I have a personal approach for Icaros, 4 or 5 hours. I have noticed that in Western participants is a little bit too much, so I have segments in my approach, like 3.5 hours Icaros, and then the last hour is music, instruments, and music for the heart, because there you are at bliss and you need the support to really soothe your heart of all the hard work you have done. Then uh, then you have in the Andes also now there is a trend in Cusco. A lot of medicine is going there because Cusco is one of the main focus of tourism because of Machu Picchu. So a lot of uh, foreigners are there now, and they work with medicine, and they kind of practice the new shamanism. It's also present in Peru, neo shamanism, with a lot of instruments, pure instruments, and music and sound, and so on. Then you can go to Colombia. They work mainly with Yage, which is kind of the same. They also use the vine, but with Chagloapanga, which is a family also. It has a lot of DMT, even a little bit more high than Chaka-Runa leaves. They also do the same every 5 hours, I think, I believe. They sing in their own dialect, also mixed with the Spanish, and they use a lot the harmonica.
Hmm.
They use a lot the harmonica and the rattle and the chacapa. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Sorry. Going back to the Shipibo, there are certain tools. Shipibo uses mainly mapacho. Later, Agua Florida. Before they didn't even use the chacapas, but then now it's based on mapacho, which is the tabaco rustica, to blow the person, to open up, to give protection. During the ceremony, the mapacho is very powerful because you might be stuck, and then when you're blown, especially in the crown, it opens, and then you dive in, or sometimes takes the purge out. Then the agua florida, very very important also, protector or to bring the person a little down, and the chacapa, which is a very very old healing tool. These tools were just passed to the mestizo. Same. Uh, Maybe the mestizo has a little bit now because they come from the Andes. They incorporated the charango, which has a very, very special vibration. Each sound in the ceremony has a vibration, not necessarily from instrument. Each sound, even if everything is silence and only the blown. That's a very special, very powerful. The whistling. If everything is silent, it's incredible the power of the whistle. That is mostly from the mestizo, the whistle. Uh, Same tools as I said, and the charango, and then the neo shamans, also the drum, and then it's personal. I mean, but you cannot bring a lot of instruments because then it's a mess. Each instrument has a power, a vibration, and a timing. If you don't know the vibration and the power, you will never know the timing of when to use it, because the shaman has to feel the vibration of the whole process of the ceremony, each wave, and then you do not think. You just bring whatever is needed on whatever vibration, whatever Icaro comes on. Sometimes the flute to lower people, not even lower. Sometimes the flute really brings the passion of the people. So going back to Colombia, they have mostly the same medicine. They call it jarre, which means the old wine, viejito. Uh,
I also
Same
heard
purpose.
that when they make their yahe, they take the outer skin of the wine off
Yeah,
because that has
yeah.
more tannins, and it's supposed to be easier on the stomach. So I think that's a little
Well,
bit different.
the thing is that at the end, the skin will always 90% go out, because when you have a piece of vine to smash, you hammered it and you turn it around, and while it opens in fibers, all the skin goes out. Very little stays. The skin also has its power, but mostly. And there is something very interesting. I have brewed. Uh, I always brew my own medicine, but I have brewed the medicine fresh. I mean, just opened and smashed, and I have brewed the medicine dried. I mean, smashed, but dried in the sun, because the purpose was to ship abroad just the sticks. At the end, I didn't do, and I brewed it, and it was totally different medicine. And the journey also was different, much more smooth and long. And then, yeah, and then each medicine has its own, each type of wine also has its own. feature characteristic. Like the black ayahuasca is, if you uh, take a piece of wine of the cielo, it's very light. If you take a piece of wine of the black ayahuasca, it's very heavy. The journeys are different. And going to Brazil, which is the other one, they used Jurema. Their tradition was also native. There's a lot of native tradition there. The Yawanawas, Kashinawas, and so on. But some decades ago, it all started with Maestre Irineo from the. He was a peasant, big peasant, huge black man, and he was introduced to the medicine and changed his life. And then he started this church called Santo Daime, which means give me the blessing, give me. Daime means give me the Santo, give me the saint. And there are three main churches: Santo Daime, and then União de Vegetal Union with Maestre Gabriel, and then Varquinha. They are all Catholic based, very, very, they have their own system. They worship. This is very interesting because they do not reverence the vine. They worship the Maestre, which is already gone. So they pray to the Maestre Irineo, they pray to the Maestre Gabriel instead of talking and having respect for the plant, for the spirit of the plant.
And I think they also have a very structured system. I have attended one, and they have like women and men are separate. Then they have circle, and then they have special uniforms for each one of them. And you have like Manhattan ties and things like that. It's totally different. I mean, it's beautiful. Like they also do a lot of singing, basically.
You have sat with Santo Daime?
No, I just attended one just to see.
Yeah, Santo Daime is like that. Also, Unión de Vegetal. Never been with Barquinha, but I guess it would be the same. Same as in Unión de Vegetal. Men wear certain colors of shirt. Green. The maestra is blue. The women yellow, I think. Yeah, but the same. There is a slight difference. The Santo Daime white, they're split, and they are the whole night standing and dancing. There's no buckets or toilet paper. It's just dancing. Somebody needs to do their personal. They go to the garden or to the toilet. Same is in Unión de Vegetal. And the other characteristic, well, in Unión de Vegetal, they serve. Everybody goes to the altar, gets a big glass because they bring a big glass. It's very liquid. It's light brown, totally different as the tradition of the Shipibo. A lot of DMT, because in 15 minutes, you're gone. The other medicines take longer, but stay much longer. These medicines, they hit you very, very fast, but also they go fast. That is why they drink 4, 5, 6 times in a night. Because when the wave comes down, they have to go again and again and again. Also, no buckets, nothing. People are sitting and with this rocking chair, everybody, and they talk during the ceremony with the maestri. But there is something very important. I sat with them in 2018. I had some friends of Unión de Vegetal. And I saw a very important word in the ceremony: respect and humbleness. They really, maybe extreme, but it was like that. I mean, respect for the maestri. Because if you need to go to the toilet, you raise your hand. may I go to the toilet, please? And then you go, or you raise your hand, because people ask during the ceremony to the maestre, being in the medicine, maestre, can you explain about anger, please? And then the maestre speaks about anger. Very, very, very different.
Well, that reminds me when I was young and in school. That's how we were following. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
style. Every time you have to go to the bathroom, you have to ask, raise the hand or question, and teacher can say no. I mean,
yeah.
so teacher.
Yeah, but I believe in ceremony, not that rigid, but these two words in my approach are very important. Uh, uh, I feel medicine cannot be boxed. You cannot have this structure fixed, because then it's compressed and it's like a bomb. The mother or the spirit of the plant has to express in the way the spirit needs to express. You're just a container. You're just a holder to make things happen, the shaman, and guidance through the plant in not a rigid way. Every ceremony is different.
Mhm.
And instead, in their case, every ceremony is the same, with different subjects to test, but every ceremony is the same. Here, every ceremony is totally different. Uh, Maybe a little bit structured, but totally different. Sometimes this happens here, the other thing happens later or before, or so it depends on how it evolves. And they use the root of the jurema, which is a bush, very charged with DMT. It doesn't have the mao, so before they used to drink it like that with no mao, but they have found that it has some components that allow the DMT not to be destroyed. Now they are mixing it with Pegano Armala seeds to make it last longer,
So
and that is
Jurema is, I believe, mimosa, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mimosa
Mimosa.
hostilis.
Hostilis, yes.
Yeah, that is the plant, and the
Yeah,
mixture
that's
is
pretty strong.
called, yeah.
It has a lot of DMT.
Yeah, DMT, usually the one they smoke comes from mimosa. It's an extraction from the mimosa plant.
Uh-huh.
Makes it a powder and crystal.
Hmm.
Yeah, so those are mostly, as far as I know, the ones that we,
Yeah, I think
and
these are
yeah,
main three ones, and you explained them beautifully. I'm sure there are many others because there are so many tribes in different countries, and I guess
yeah,
they have different
yeah,
styles. But these are the three main ones. It's Shipibo, even Quechua is a little bit different, I believe. And then we have Yahe from Colombia, and then Santo Daime, that is just one of the main churches, but there are other
yeah,
churches from Brazil, and they all have
yeah,
main component is same. It is the vine, but then they have their own spin on it. Some traditions use
yeah,
more singing, a lot of singing, like you said, Shipibo and Quechua is usually 4 or 5 hours, or at the most 6 hours long,
in
whereas
Shipibo.
in Shipibo. Whereas Yahe in Colombian and Santo Daime, I know that they can go like 12
The whole
hours.
night.
It's a lot of singing. But again, each to their own. They all have their
Yeah,
own characteristics and benefits. But that
yeah.
was fantastic. And
But now they have, you see, now that's ayahuasca. Now you have pharmahuasca, anahuasca, xylohuasca,
I think that's another
uh,
question
acachahuasca,
we need to work on another.
otihuasca, and you
Yes.
name it.
So we can get into that in the next video probably. But again, thank you very
Okay.
much, Don, for explaining all these
Thank
different
you.
traditions. And my
Okay.
viewers, if you have not watched other videos with Don Gino, check out. There are some links here on the screen. And thank you very much for joining in. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.